So first of all, this film seemed like it was just a lot of fun to be a part of, in front and behind the camera. So talk about the process of kind of working with such hilarious comedians.
Yeah, I mean, when I took this project on, the first thing you do is basically go like, well, why was the first one so great? The first thing you go like, well, God, I had those ghosts and the effects, but you go, no, why was it great? It's like, because that cast was so good,
yes,
so memorable. So it's like, I've got to assemble a dream team of the funniest people I know now.
Absolutely. When it comes to kind of your go-tos, obviously you work with Melissa quite a bit. What about her makes you just trust her as an actress?
Well, she's just so likable. It's a quality that movie stars have, even if they're like amazing actors who play mean characters, despicable. There's just a charisma, which charisma in a weird way it just means kind of likability. It means you want to follow them anywhere.
Absolutely.
And Melissa has it. She's kind of like everybody's best friend on screen.
Yeah. When it comes to these characters, you talked about the importance of the characters. And as kids and people watching this film when it first came out, we all had a certain impression of it, and we all probably want to see the second one be a certain kind of way. So how do you tune out just all the noise of all these fans who want to be like, this is how it should go, or that's how it should go?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty slavish to the internet. I really love to read everything, and so it gets in your head and you see it. But look, there's a level of it that's good because you do want to feel the temperature because you are making movies for people, and go like, oh, if enough people I hear that they have this concern or something, you go, oh, maybe I'll stay away from that. But at the end of the day, as a filmmaker, you don't want to be driven by outside opinions, but you don't want to shut them out. But you just have to kind of put your head down and go, this is, I think, is what's strong. This is what I think is good. But it's also about the collaboration with the people you work with.
Right.
And I never would deign to go like, okay, I wrote this and you got to say it like this.
Right.
It's bringing these other people in and they're giving their ideas, and then you get that give and take.
Right. When it comes to the writing process, and actually bringing it to life, how much freedom do you give to the actors when it comes to allowing them to do, what they want with what's essentially your baby?
Well, I give a lot of freedom. I'm really forced myself, and it's taken years to do this, to not be religious at all about my scripts.
Wow.
One of the things I keep on my desk is a bust of Shakespeare to say, you're not Shakespeare. You can change that. Because, again, in case I come from years of being a TV director where you're in service of the writers, and they were like, the actor has to say it like this was written, and people's mouths work differently, especially you're working with amazingly creative, funny people.
Yeah.
They do things differently, and so I want them to be at their best, and they're going to make it funnier than I ever could.
And when it comes to just as a director, there's probably a million projects that people could potentially pass by your desk and throughout the course of your career. Mm-hmm. When it comes to your ideal project, if you had anything that you could direct, what would it be and why?
Oh gosh, I love playing in genres. I think it's so much fun because you get to kind of do things you hadn't done before, but put your spin on it and put your own unique voice on it. I'm desperate to do a musical. That's what I really want to do. But it's the hardest thing in the world to create a good musical because they're very difficult.
And when it comes to just captivating the audience and kind of bringing them into the musical, I would imagine that as a director you have to work pretty closely with the sound engineers and all that. Right?
Yeah, there's that, and it's really, to me, it's just the logic of a musical, which is I think unless you find a funny way to do it, it's very hard for an audience just to accept a world in which people burst into song all of a sudden. So it's finding how you do that. But I love like the Bollywood movies, how suddenly it just happens, and it's such a celebration of life that's the math I want to try to figure out.
Absolutely. Well, I feel like this film is super organic and people are actually going to fall in love with it again. So I look forward to more. And you guys stay tuned right here to Fabulous TV. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
I appreciate
Michael. You're great. I really appreciate it.